Hey everybody, just me today riding solo. Yes, just a small version of me. Terry's away for the day. There it is, a little bit better or worse, depending upon your perspective, I guess. As always, free picks today. Hey, while we're here, since I'm riding solo, help me out a little bit with some comments in the comment section. Also share some of your picks, your thoughts, your highlights for the day. If you're watching right now and you haven't done so, hit the like button on YouTube as well as retweet on X. So anybody else looking for horse racing content, you get a good laugh out of the day, I suppose. If you haven't done so already, you see scrolling down on the bottom of the screen, Horse Race, the number 2 day. That's where you can find us on all the social sites, as well as right here on YouTube, Horse Racing Radar TV. Free picks today at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. I haven't set that yet, so we'll put that in there in a minute. I guess we'll probably go with Zia Park. So I will do that in just a second. So Zia Park will be free picks today at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. I thought I had set that already, but didn't. Use the link in the description down below so that they know where you come from. We greatly appreciate that here. Of course, when the show is over, I will put in all of my commentary, a replay of today's show. I'll timestamp every race in the description on YouTube. You'll also find a link to our smart sheets, as well as an explanation on how to use them. There you go, Zia Park right there, free. I can multitask. How you like that? And then, of course, when the show is over, right there, horseracingtoday.net, you'll see Parx Picks right there. Please click on that. Inside that, you will see a replay of today's show, as well as a link to today's smart sheets. The explanation for the smart sheets, click right there. You'll see, boom, bang, pretty easy. Tells you what they're all about and how to maximize them for your use. And then, of course, you'll also get our smart sheets, which we'll go over in just a minute. Good morning to Lauren at _SAP, Shap, excuse me, on X. How many picks today? Where is Turf Paradise? There's no Turf Paradise today? I don't know. I'll have to put that in. Hey, Rich, how are you, Don Johnson? Why is there no Turf Paradise? Well, I'll go put that in before the day is up. My apologies for that not being there. No, Turf Paradise is right there. Boom, it's there. No question about it. I have to log in. I haven't logged in yet. So Turf Paradise is there. You're talking about free picks? Let me know. I can change that right quick, too, if Turf Paradise is not a part of that mix. All right, well, that's not what you want to see. You want to see race number 1. And let me bring that up to bear. Race 1. It is 1 mile, 70 yards. We got quite a few of those today at $1.70. It does favor stalkers. 29% of the time they go wire to wire. Inside speed does better than outside speed. I will, usually Terry helps me with this part, so I'll keep it short and sweet on the smart sheets. Some of the things that I see that stand out. Speed right here, that's 7 horse. A lot of it very likely to be your pace setter according to 2 measures. See over here on the race shape, nobody really wants to be a pilot. The 7-11 can pilot or co-pilot. 5, 8, and 10, they would rather co-pilot than be in charge. 2, 4, and 9, versatile horses, PC types. They can go forward if the front runners go too slow. They can be patient and outrun all the closers if they go too fast. Horses that want to come from off the pace are the 1, the 3, and the 6. Measure what's called comfort zone here to see who would likely get a trip in this bunch. A lot of strong C zones. We look at the early pace compared to where the horses are relative to their best performances, and plenty of them today will like the way this race takes shape. A lot of horses in here dropping in class. 1 horse, the 7 horse, all in lot. Top trainer, top jockey combination, although the 4 horse Vanzi going to stand up to that as well. 4 horse is our simulation favorite. Our 2 horse is our top total pace favorite. I'm going to go with the top total pace. You Better Be Joking as my top pick. Better in the 3rd start after a layoff. Alpha Angle for trainer Martinez Soto normally wins at 18%. And 3rd starts after a layoff for 29%. So a lot of excess return for You Better Be Joking. All in, a lot. The 7 horse. Speed horse, as we saw in the sim sheets right there. Speed had a big edge yesterday and should be on the lead for that top trainer over there, Jamie Ness. Vanzi, the morning line favorite, 3 consecutive speed figure increases in a row, gets Michael Sanchez today, and many of his best performances have come with Michael in the irons. And that 3 speed figure increase in a row angle, according to Barry Meadows, wins at least 15%. And then Racket Tap Tap, the 1 horse, was a tough call for me over JJD, but the inside is better and the par plus number is better. So for par plus, you see 7.5 versus 35.5, the second best. 1,000 simulations where we look at today's speed figure, 84. We calculate out and project speed figures, and in 355 versus 75, the 1 horse was able to get to or above par. Benny in the bets where we have $100 to bet on the day. I'm going to start off with a trifecta box with the 1, the 2, the 4, and the 7. All right, see race number 1, they're loading. So let's take a look. Race 2 real quick, Don Johnson. There you go. Just in case you want to do a daily double. I think it's a pretty open race in race number 2. If we rewind back to race number 1, our smart sheets, our simulation odds. Well, the 4 is your favorite. The 1 horse, some value with Racket Tap Tap. That one, 7-2, according to our simulations. You're getting 5-1. The 2 horse, we got a 4-1. Right now, you're getting 7-2, so really no value there. Everybody else kind of way off the charts down there. The 11 horse, 16-1. So it looks like the value horse is the 1, if that's your thing. Right now, the thing that's about to happen is the race is about to get going. Big sunny day, big field to get going. On this less terrific Tuesday. They're all lined up. They're all ready to go. They are off and running. It's like a pretty clean start for everybody. The 7 horse, all in a lot. Got a really good start. Was able to get off to the lead relatively easily. It's got the 2 horse. You better be joking. On the inside is those 2. Head out to the front, and on their outside is the 4 horse. That one's Vanzi, which ended up being the 5-2 favorite. So you got 3 of the favorites up towards the front there, and then the 11 horse, 19-1, currently also in the mix. So a lot of the horses we projected to be out towards the front are actually out towards the front. Good to see that the smart sheets are getting it right. For a mile and 70 yards, though, they are going a little bit quick, 22.88. So those 2 horses will have to hang on. I think the 4 horse at this moment might like the way this is shaping up early on. 46-3 of those 2 duel up front. That's probably a little too hot, folks. That would be my estimation. The 4 and the 6 are closing in on those 2 as they start to tire. The 9 horse also getting into the mix right now. Let's see if any of those speed horses have the ability to hang into there. Down along the rail, we have the 1 horse. Down around the bend they go. The 7 and the 2, despite the hot fractions, continue to set the tone there in race number 1. They're battling. And then who's going to come in? I can't believe nobody else is closing in on these guys. It's going to go. The track's going to be fast again today, folks. It's going to go 7-2, 6-1-4 to 6. Screwing me up. We ready on my trifecta. 7-2, hot fractions. Maintained the front running status all the way around the track, folks. Look for speed because I think there's a good chance it could hold. Race number 2. Next on my agenda. Another $170. We just saw that. We know at $170, at least off that opener, early speed's got a pretty good chance to get the job done. That is the profile of a winner. Stalkers usually, but 29% go wire to wire. If race number 2 plays out like race number 1, we got plenty of speed to contend with. Let's look like over here, according to the early pace, though, the 9. 6-point early pace edge, 5 points equals 1 length. It's a little bit on the outside of all that speed, though, so he's got to be really careful not to get caught wide. Doesn't necessarily need to lead, though, because it's a closer. So that's what we call a left arrow horse. The 4, 5, and 6 want to be up front. The 1, 2, 8, and 9 prefer to close, although the 9 should be involved early. 7 so far not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. The 1 and the 7 very likely to get good trips. So that 7 despite suffering lately. Might not get too bad of a trip. The 1 horse is your lone class dropper. Very strong jockey, although the jockey-trainer combination looks like it belongs to the 2 to me. The 9, Lino and Me, 7-point last race speed figure edge. Andrew Beyer says 3 points is more than enough. The 8 horse, a big late race edge, about a length in late speed. So you get the 2, 4, 8, and 5 at the top of your top total pace. The 4 and the 2 showing up at the top of the sim odds. And in race number 2, I don't go with the 4 and 2 on top. Go with the 1. High-heeled Warrior. It is the only class dropper in the mix. The last race, probably a little too fast as you look at those fractions. 23 and 4, 47, 113, much quicker than the horse had run before. So a little bit slower pace projected today. Maybe likes that. Does have the top C-zone for this group. Number 2, Lullaby Land. Better early pace. Top total pace horse. Should improve today. Number 4, Molly Want a Cracker. It's our simulation favorite. It's our top par plus horse. But he's an all or nothing type. 16 races out. 4 wins, 1 second. Everything else off of the board. So I should have probably either put him first or put him off the ticket. And then Lino and Me, that's that 9 horse. Top last race speed figure, 7 points clear of the rest of the field. So he'll have to regress or everybody else come up to catch him. Could be part of the early pace. The outside post could hurt, although it didn't hurt in race number 1. Early pace advantage of 6 points. Tends to put together good runs. Better across the board with all of its pace numbers last time out. Better early pace, better mid pace, better late pace, and a little better fractions from that quarter-mile marker to the half-mile marker in its last. My pick 4 in the first of 3 pick 4s, 1, 2, 4, 9, 3, 4, 6, 7, 2, 5, 9, and 5 and 7. Again, if you're watching on X, kindly retweet. Follow us if you haven't. Give us a like on YouTube. Give us a like as well on X. Share our content. Let us know that you like it, because any interactivity, comments, you come back and rewatch any of the races, you come look at the smart sheets, the link within the description on YouTube and the explanation. You rewatch any race on a timestamp. All of that boosts our search engine scores. So when other people are looking for horse racing content, they might actually find us. We 1,000% appreciate that. Race 3. 6 furlongs, maiden claiming $15,000 for 2-year-old fillies. What I want to look for here is the speed figure 60. That's about as low as they go, I would guess, almost. Maiden races, that's the average winning speed figure. In race number 3, what we're looking at are horses that can hit that 60 figure. We have the 3, the 4, and the 7, all with yeses. Everybody else is a no. So when you see that, you want to jump over here and look at some of these first-time starters. You see the 2, you see the 6, you see the 8. Ordinarily, we want to score a 2.5 or more. Yesterday, the 10 horse hit in the opener on a 2.23. Let's get that dough, Rich. I'm all over that, Stuart. Let's get it today on this terrific Terry Tuesday. I agree with you. And that paid $57, that 10 horse yesterday. Right here, 2.96 on a 3-0 scale for the 6 horse Samantha's Capo with a back bullet workout. And what that means, I'll show you right here. I like to look in, what horse was that again? That's horse number 6. It's tough to have a brain that doesn't always keep track of what's going on. So you see here, what I'm looking for is the number of furlongs in the workout, so 4, times 12, that seems to be the barrier. So 48 or under on a 4 furlong workout. And we see that right here on September 19th, 47 and 3, breezing, 4th fastest out of 20. Pretty good. And I hope some of those other 19 horses are solid horses. So when I see a workout like that, that tells me Michael Pino, and this has been my theory all along, although others disagree with me. I feel like if you have a horse and you're a trainer, at some point you got to figure out what you got. So you put the horse to the test in at least one workout. That was the test workout. Michael Pino says, well, we got something here. And he just keeps the horse tight up until today. So that's what a back bullet looks like and how it's explained. And if you read the explanation, it'll tell you just that. over on our explanation for smart sheets. So those are the things I'm looking at. Of the horses that have some experience, the 3-horse does have a last race speed figure edge, 8 points over everybody else. The 4-horse, that one, has a top total pace of almost a little bit more than a length. I think there was a late scratch in race number 3. Let me just see who that was. The 5-horse, no, there's no other scratches in there. So my memory, once again, failing me. In the 3rd spot, I'm going to go ahead and put that 6-horse at the top of the ticket with that back bullet workout. And that September 16th workout, 19th workout, if the horse can run up to that, I think he can contend, get out towards the front, and maybe be tough to beat. And Michael Pino, just to kind of give you a first-time starter, 24% winning angle. That's pretty solid coming off the bench. The next horse for me is number 3, Uptown Art. That is the horse with some experience. It is a yes horse, just missed in its last race. My good friend, Chris Parmalu, says that his favorite batting angle is horses and maidens that finished second in their prior start. Only got to beat one today. Molly I'm sorry, we already did Molly Wanacracker. Olivia's Little Girl, the 6-horse, is another yes horse that just missed in its last race with that top total pace of more than a length. And then the 7, Nature's Fury, that is your morning line favorite, one of the biggest class droppers, and the last of the yes horses. I'm going to take a flyer on that 6-horse, $5 exacta key box. I've seen way too many horses with back bullets that have high first-timer scores come through and win, and ordinarily they don't get a ton of backing. And if they do, that lets you know the folks on the ground really know something's up. So $5 exacta key box, 6 over to 3, 4, and 7. Good afternoon from our good friend joining us over in England on a proper Tuesday. It's my Welsh friend, Ben would tell me. Race 4, 10 races. By the end of that, I probably won't have any saliva left. 6 furlongs. The profile of a winner does favor early speed. A whole bunch at 6 furlongs go wire to wire. We got about 37% that managed to do that. So that's a big number. Inside does better than outside. The rail gets a bonus, but 2 and 3 do a little bit better. Everybody outside of that has to work a little bit harder. Again, our smart sheets are going to tell us that the 2 and the 1, so the 2 most inward horses, are going to definitely get off to a good start in a race where everybody sort of wants to be middle back except for the 2. Although the 1 horse has a better C-zone, so perhaps the 1 horse might like being closer to the front than the 2 does. The 9 horse, the PC type, going to get a good trip as well. So this race should look a lot like its best performances. The 2 and the 9 are the only horses so far to show that they can hit, at least recently, a speed figure of 85, although all of these are within at least 2 to 5 points of that 85. The 2 and the 9 are the only ones with par plus scores, meaning in our 1,000 simulations, 309 times, OrthoStar did produce a speed figure of at least 85, and that number proves to be very accurate. Only class dropper on the 9, top jockey, or one of the top jockeys, although Truly Warrior has a better jockey-trainer combination. The 2 horse, 5-point last race speed figure. The 9, a simulation favorite, as well as our top total pace. But overall, looks like the 9 and the 2 and everybody else, that's what par races tell us. That's what the pace tells us. Let's see what my picks tell me. I'm going to go with the 9. Strong simulation favorite, top total pace, lone class dropper. Could be part of the early pace. The 2, Truly Warrior, on the lead with that top last race speed figure. A handful of points better than everybody else. Was a huge win that last race out, showing much faster fractions. Awesome Warrior, the 5 horse. Next, another coming off a strong win. Did show some better late pace. A lot of times that late pace carries over to the next race. Momentum from race to race. And then the 1 horse, Chinese I Am. Top C-zone horse, better early pace, better fractions in its last race. My mid pick 4, 1, 2, 5, and 9, what I think could be an open race. 5, 7, 3, 6, and 8, and then the 1, 4, 5, and 16. The horse scratching in the back end of it. The 5th race takes us to the end of the first half of this 10-race card. And if you have any picks yourself, I would greatly appreciate that. A little bit of relief. I would 2 horse race between the 2 and the 9 here, surely. Yes, I kind of contend with that. I agree with that. Our good friend Private Ross, thank you for joining us today. Cryptic Codes, race 2. There you see. Timestamp that for the 20-minute mark on the YouTube and X show today. So you can come back and check out Private Ross's Cryptic Codes. Appreciate you joining us, Private Ross. As always, we appreciate everybody joining us. And like Private Ross, as well as York Shamrock Football Club, as well as Stuart Start, as well as Lauren and Don Johnson, say hi. Let us hear from you in the comments section. Let us know where in the world you're watching. Maybe some of your winning angles. The more we learn, the better horse players will all become. And hopefully we'll all become better horse players. Is not that far away, cross my fingers, from getting out these smart sheets for every single track. And then they're only going to improve from there, folks. You're going to want to take advantage of that. So follow us on our social sites. So when the release finally comes, everybody will know about it. 6 furlongs for race number 5. Again, another maiden race. So that 71 speed figure is very much something we're going to focus on. 3 horses have hit it, the 5, the 6, and the 7. And maybe this is the race where there was a scratch. Race number 5. Yes, the 6 horse. Just that one is not a part of the equation today. So we're going to scratch that one out. Bang, 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 and bang over there. It's not a part of the race today. And there you have it. Didn't get a chance to update the smart sheets. Well, that'll be an enhancement once we finally do go live with them in full. So again, 2 horses that have hit yes, the 5 and the 7. Got to look at these first-time starters. Really not a robust number there. 2.12 versus 1.45, although the others are no. So when everybody else is a no, the first-timers must be a part of your consideration. 22 handicappers at Parx, plus Mahoning, Zia, and Turf Paradise. Good luck to everybody. That's at Lauren_Shap on X. So you can see composite aggregated picks. Really, that's kind of what I'm looking at for these maiden races. Though the 7 horse has a lot of advantages, especially with that 6 out. Big late pace advantage, 2 lengths off of everybody else. And you can see here, should be a part of the early speed, 12-point total pace. So if you add the early speed and the late speed with that yes horse, can win this race by as much as 2.5 lengths. Maybe the 2 first-time starters have a say. I'm going to start off with that 7 horse in the spirit of Terry. A best bet, so to speak. Can do this, probably does do this today. Biggest in-race edge with all that late speed, won't be far off the pace. Top total pace of 12 points. Second start after layoff should be better. Number 5, Sperry Chalet. That one is the last of the 2 yes horses, along with the 7. Drops in class, good chance to be out on the lead, and we did see speed does hold. Last couple of days, fast fractions in the opener, and horses didn't let go. Ditch Dilute, the 2 horse, the first-rated first-time starter, and then Misty Bay, the second-rated first-time starter. 22 to win on the 7, $1 exact the key box, 7 over to 528 or 257, 278 probably should be how that works out. 258. I just should put the numbers in order, but I didn't. My apologies. So that's in the spirit of Terry, who will return tomorrow, as we will do Aqueduct tomorrow, the championship meet down in Gulfstream on Thursday, and then we'll head to Hong Kong, Tom and I, for 4 and Friday. To make sure you don't miss any of that, a couple things you can do down below at Horse Race the number 2 day on X, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Follow us over there. And then while you're here at Horse Racing Radar TV, make sure you're hitting the like button, the follow button, and share our content by retweeting on X and then hitting the like buttons as well on both places. Luis Cano joining us today as well. Let me put that in English. He says, Parx right second, 4-4-4-4-4. There you go. Win place direct with the 1. So very aggressive Lucano on the 4 horse. So many times he likes it, 6 times. So hopefully that comes to pass. Second half of the card begins in race number 6. Before I go off to that, how long do I have to race number 2? Just want to check in on that. 8 minutes. So probably can get through races 6 and 7. We're going to go back to 1 mile and 70 yards. Again, speed seems to be the way. Stalkers. have done the best so far at $1.70. Although you still find almost 3 out of 10 get the first call and get the first call at the finish line too. Inside horses doing better than outside horses. Our smart sheets tells us the one horse should be the pace setter. Rainy 6 in here. Another one of those potential left arrow horses. Although in this race, a lot of crowded horses towards that front. So maybe the closers have a good chance to get here. Center stage to 3 with a 6-point late speed edge. So all of these horses push up really on that leader. When we get fast fractions, it could open the door for a closer. Center stage does have a 5-point last race speed figure edge. Pretty good. C-zone to boot, 50%, although it does look like the 8 horse, another closer, has the top C-zone. Might like that race. Everybody in here was either hit par, which is 81, or it has come within 1 point, 80. So everybody with a shot. Par plus numbers, pretty strong for a whole bunch in here. In this case, you probably want to look for horses either dropping in class or showing a lot of improvement. Roman Goddess, right there, not dropping in class, but some of the most improvement along with the 2, Peach Perfect. I'm going to kill myself. I'm not kill myself. Kick myself. If Peach Perfect is my beautiful blonde, chubby Labrador's name is Peach. Willow Blend has the top jockey. The 3 horse center stage, the top trainer. I do think the Willow Blend, the 8 horse, top jockey trainer combination. The 9 is your simulation favorite. The 5 is your top total pace. The 3 has the speed figure edge. The 1 has the early pace edge. So a lot of different ways in what is a wide open race, unquestionably. So I'm going to go with center stage. Did win the last race with the top last race speed figure, 5 points. Won 2 races in a row, both at the distance. Much better early pace than last. Got to ride them while they're hot, folks. Willow Blend, the 8 horse, Jamie Ness, in apprentice jockey Yedsit Hazelwood. They've teamed up 11 times. They won, of those 11, 5 races. That's a big number, but hit the board in 100%, 11 out of 11, either first, second, or third. Put that one in your picks for sure, although they're due to miss, although that's a gambler's fallacy. Roman Goddess, the 6 horse. Longshot, like this one away a lot as a price. So head away from being undefeated in 3 races at Parx since coming in from the Naira circuit. So really taking advantage of the track drop. And then Marvelous. Billy Crystal shows up today. Was a tough call for me over some other horses in here, but I think over the 4 horse was the one I was considering in this spot. Maybe the most consistent back class. This race was too wide open for me to make any bets, although if I were going to key on any horse in there, it'd probably be Roman Goddess with those strong 12-1 odds. Hong Kong, 5:30 a.m. Got it wrong for the second. It's the 11111111 in the cryptic code, so pay attention. Make that change just accordingly. 5 minutes to race number 2, so we'll head off to race number 7 for the last pick 4 of the day, and hopefully we cash not 1 but 2 but 3 of those for Stuart today. 7 furlongs. Is it a sprint? Is it a route? Well, really the way to consider that is to look at the number of turns, folks. That's the way I look at it. So if it has 1 turn, whether it's a mile, whether it's 7 furlongs, I consider it to be more of a sprint. If you look at the profile of a winner, it does act like a sprint, very much so. 39% of the winners get to the and keep the lead all the way around the track. Inside horses do better than outside horses, although aside from the 1, that's your inside speed. The 8 and the 13, they bring a lot of speed as well. Tons of horses in this field. If you look at the race shape, I like when I see a triangle like this. This point over here should get an advantage. That 8 horse with the speed, maybe the 1, maybe the 13. The 1 kind of low on the C-zone. The 8 horse kind of low on the C-zone. The 13 of those has the best. Really none of them very high. Maybe the 10 is the only one I see, along with the 13, above 50%. A lot of horses in the race. A lot of them can hit par, except for maybe the 8. A lot of them showing some strong par plus ability. A lot of them showing improvement. If you like jockeys and trainers, smooth, like Smooth Flynn Mike, that one has a good jockey. So does Major Thomas. So does Amadeus Music. It's our simulation favorite. That's really where I want to look for overlays. A little bit of overlay as well on the one horse. As we make our way down, that looks like about it. Over here, the 5-horse Macaw, top last race speed figure. That's a little edge. The 16 horse is your simulation favorite, pretty heavy sim favorite. The 10, if everybody giddy ups and goes, although should have way too much competition for the closing. The 1 horse, your top total pace. This race is another one that's wide open, folks. I'm going to start with Macaw, the 5-horse, top last race speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else, better early pace, better fractions. 1 is only race at Parx after coming in from Naira. So another track dropper. Getting extra distance today, I think, is beneficial from 6.5 to 7 furlongs. English, Painter, the 4-horse, maybe the most consistent performer in a race. It's really deep. So the other ones are going to have to beat him. He's not just going to give it up. Amadeus Music scratching in. Trainer wanted to be in this race. Is the sim favorite. Class dropper and plenty of back class to rely on. And then the 1 horse, Nancy Made My Day. Very strong rail, early pace in a heavy mid to back setup. We saw that. Top total pace. I couldn't really find a race. I only wanted to put 2 horses in. So I left the 1 out. I would single the 1 in your pick force because it's always the one I leave out that wins. But 5, 4, 5, 16, 3, 4, 6, 1, 4, 8, 1, 3, and 12. $40.50 for my finale on the pick 4. Race 2 looks like they're about a minute away. So let's maybe rewind to race number 2. Take a look at some of the opportunities we might have from a 16 gets it in the 7th. I agree with you, Don Johnson, on that one. Best regards. Best regards to you, Luciana. Nice for you to join us today. Luciana, greeting. Yes. Thank you for joining us, Luciana. Greatly appreciate your attendance today and for commenting. If you want to say hi like Luciana, please do so. And if you want to greet Luciana, you can do that as well in the comment section. Not hard to see why. So race number 2, let's go back and take a look at what the current odds look like. The 1 horse right now, one of the favorites along with the 9. The 9 does show up. So the 4 horse already 3-1, getting some value on the simulation favorite. The 2 horse is 4-1, so almost fair as your second choice as well as your top season total pace horse in there. The 6 horse, big overlay, 5-1 versus 13-1. And then you have the 1 horse, 5-1, the current favorite, now 5-2. So a little overpriced. The 9 horse, way overpriced, 10-1. The 8 horse, 15-1. So lots of value in this race. If that's, and that's really as a true probability player. If you're just doing the math, that's exactly what you should do. You should set your own lines. And then once you have your lines, identify the horses that you think that have the best chance to win, where you're getting higher odds than you should. So if that's the case in here, you should be looking at the 4 horse, 3-1 versus 4-1, and the 6 horse, just 14-1 versus 6-1. So, and maybe even toss in the 2 because it's fair value. It's 9-2 on our board. 4-1 is close enough, so you're getting fair value-ish. And you never know at Parx in some of these other tracks. Looks like they're waiting for the 4 to get reshoot or something. So we're going to have a little bit of time on that 4 horse. Maybe that's why the odds have drifted up. So I'm going to race through race 8 real quick. Race 8, because by the time they get that 4 to the track, it's going to take a minute to get them all in the stalls. 1 in the 8th miles, long run at that Parx track. There's no question that one is a route. Couple of turns. They've only run it 6 times. Closers have won. None have gone wire to wire. The inside 3 horses have it better than everybody else. So in this case, we're not looking for speed. We're looking for horses that can close. And that on the inside, and there you got it. The 2 and the 1, folks, they can close pretty aggressively. The 4-horse Mad Banker does have a last race speed figure edge, 3 points better than everybody else. Really, sim odds say this is a very tight race. So do our top total pace numbers if we add early pace and late pace. Only a 6-point difference. It's only one length. So you get bumped. You come out with a sluggish start. You could be worst. You could be first. It does look like if anybody's going to break the 04 wire to wire, that's the 6-horse. Really aggressive chance to get to the lead as a PC type. So again, very left arrow angle over there. Got a bunch of horses that should get good trips in there, including that 6-horse, the top C-zone as a PC. Those horses are extremely dangerous no matter where they are on the track, especially with those PC numbers in there like that. Bunch of class droppers in here. The 4-horse Mad Banker is your top jockey trainer combination, is your top total pace, is your tie for sim favorite with a couple of others. Last race speed figure, better than everybody else. Everybody can hit par. Everybody's got a great chance. So the back half of the card, very heavy on horses that can win. I'm going to go with the 6, Liberty de Bayou. Left arrow PC type, top C zone. More stamina in the second start after a layoff. Number 3, Holton. Class dropper, most back class. If that horse can run back to the September 27th race at Parx, it's a wrap. Number 4, Mad Banker. Does have that top last race speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else, is your top total pace. Going to get some play, folks, with Jamie Ness and Michael Sanchez as the dynamic jockey trainer combo. And then number 7, Cha Cha Ching in the money, 5 out of 6 at Parx. Very consistent performer in a very wide open race. I love consistent performers in open races because it allows for everybody to have to beat them. And race speed, what is this thing? In race 8, I mean 6 could be my best bet of the day in race number 8. Greetings to Lewis. A little bit of flirting going on there. All right, Lewis. Race 8, he likes the 1 horse. Second, Mahoning, 1111. Hey, thank you, Lewis. Equal. York, 6-8 looks like my best bet of the day. Sorry. I'm jumping all over the place. Nixon Joy in race number 8. Can you share? Race number 6. Let's go back to 8 horse. Willow Bland. Give us a look as to why that might be. He should be definitely trying to wire this field. All right, that's what kind of was we're looking for. A little bit of an explanation as to why. All right, so it looks like everybody in race number 2 has found their way to the gates. Going back to race number 2, folks. Looking like the 1, the 2, the 4, and the 9. The 1 right now is your favorite. Well, the 4 horse is still just kind of making his way over there. So dilly-dallying, as they say in some parts. What would be the expression in England for horses that's taken their time? FC Shamrock. A good friend of mine, Ben, I'm always asking him these proper English questions. So in race number 2, here's what we have. If you like the show, folks, hey, one thing I got to say, I really appreciate everybody helping me along with the comments section today. I do appreciate York, Lewis, Lucia, as well as our good friends, Don Johnson, Private Ross, Lauren Schapp coming in to say hello on the morning. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. Stuart coming in to say good morning as well. Thank you. Wherever you're watching, please join in on the comments. Hit us up with a like. I'm here by myself today. Everybody who's watching right now while we wait for race number 2 to get going, if you're on X, hit the like button. On your YouTube, hit the like button. Let's get that number over 30 on both today. Let's send a message to YouTube that they should be putting us, as well as Twitter, higher in their rankings. It's an easy way to help the show. Greatly appreciate it. And so we get ready for race number 2. Horse race to number 2 day. Go over to Facebook as well. We have a lot of great coverage over there from Swiss Army Sean. Puts a lot of great information available. And then, of course, about 30 minutes before our show starts on X and Twitter, we'll let you know. Tomorrow, Terry and I will do Aqueduct. On Thursday, we'll head for better weather. We say dilly-dallying too. All right, there you go. Dilly-dally. All right, well, we got that. Maybe my English lessons from my good friend Ben at the PGA Tour Superstore are starting to pay off. What is it called? He told me what the name of it is. The English, I forget the what the English is actually like Auschwang English. I don't exactly remember what it is, but it's like the Oxford English. I wanted to incorporate some of that into our show here as well. We do get a lot of folks from English, especially from England and other countries, when we do our Foreign Fridays, and want to make sure I'm speaking properly. The 4-horse doesn't like his new shoes or something. He's acting up, or maybe he's not a fan of the yellow wraps. Took a funky step, but still got out of the gates with some a little bit of tempo for the 4-horse. Maybe upset, but we did expect in race number 2 for the 4 to be a part of the early pace. 5 horses in the mix as well, but the 4 sparkling as the gates opened. Molly wanted a cracker. Molly wanted the lead. The 9-horse also getting in that mix. We thought the 9-horse, Lino and me, would join along. 23.43. Still a mile and 70 yards. They ran 22 last time out, and the front runners held on. The 5-horse also in that mix. So the 9, the 2, and the 5, all of which we thought would be in the mix. The 6-horse really didn't get engaged off that, though he's still part of the early pace. You got 5 horses this time, or 6 horses, all near the front. So maybe the opening quarter might be a little bit more pressured than they want. 47 and 11 seconds as they make their way through the turn in race number 2. The 4-horse continues to hold the lead. The 9-horse is in that mix as well. The 1-horse going to be coming up the rail with some aggressiveness. Jockey standing tall on that one. It's going to be kind of hard to hold off, I think, although the 4-horse is going to make them work for that. The 2 horses in that mix is the 2 and the 9 are banging. The 2 and the 1 are banging off of each other. The 4 is really starting to slow it down a little bit. The 2 horses trying to get to him. I don't know if he's going to get to him by the finish wire. It's going to be tough to say. You know, it's going to be the second race in a row where they ran some heated early fractions and just kept it up. 4-1, 4-2-1, 5. 4-2-1 and 5. Molly won a cracker, going off at 7-2. Whatever that change was, it worked out. 4-horse keeps the pick 4 alive, and had the trifecta in the first 3, folks. If the first 2 races are any indication, friend Rich, greetings from Colombia. Hi, how are you? In the great, I have some good friends from Colombia, very wonderful people. Thank you for joining us, Lucina. I appreciate your attendance today. Make sure you tell your friends about us, all right? I would appreciate that. Jose Espinina, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate that too. Where are you coming from, Jose? If you're ever in the United States, Jose, Luciama, make sure you say hello. Luis, let us know if you're up towards the Chicago area or Florida. I'll be spending a lot of time in Florida, I think, going forward, especially when these smart sheets get rolling and we can spend our time at the track making and creating more content. So the more you support us in terms of hitting that like button and sharing our content, and the higher we go up, the better opportunity we'll have to monetize some of that. And then we'll focus all of that on more content over here, both in the form of education, entertainment, as well as bringing more data and information to help you with your handicapping. That's really the goal, and we can only get there if you help us. Lummer, Joker, Ocasio is useless. What do you mean by that? Now linked to the 1 in Mahoning Valley. Win place exacted direct with the 2. We're not doing Mahoning Valley. I can take a look at Mahoning Valley and see what's going on over there. You got the 1, Megastar is your second choice. The 3, Rumbaba, is the 6-5 favorite. And then the 2, Vidiano. So our good friend here, Luis, likes the 1 and the 2. There you go. So if you're watching or playing Mahoning Valley, head on over to do that. Here, we're going to do race number 9. Race 9. Did we just do race? Yeah, we did race 8, so we're going to do race 9. Race 9 Next on my agenda, 2 to go, 6 furlongs. Again, inside speed is the best way to get going there with the inside 3. Our simulation tells us the 2-horse, Smooth B, another left arrow action, a horse that typically wants to be middle back. It's normal early pace puts him in contention for the lead early on. And in this case, everybody else wants to be middle back, so having some speed will be beneficial. The 2, the 7, the 8, the 1 wants to be up front. Might have to fight for it. The pace says he'll be there. The inside should give him the position to get there. The horses that should like to set up the best are the 3 and the 7, so a PC and a closer. Everybody except the 7 has come close to hitting par for this level, which is 92. It's a pretty aggressive number, 92. If we take a look at the par over here, we see it's hit 91. The 7 horse has not been within 5 points. Everybody with the 7 with a good chance to get there. Nay, dude, I like this right there. Better early pace, better mid pace, better late pace, better fractions for the opening quarter, for the second quarter. Debit card also showing some better fractions, some better pace. The 2-horse, Smooth B, your best jockey. Looks like the 4-horse, Tuskegee Airman, the best trainer, along with the 1. Pretty tight call on the best jockey trainer combination. That's either the 2 or the 4. Nay, dude, 6-point last race speed figure edge over everybody else. It's a lot to catch. The 1-horse is your simulation favorite. The 4-horse has the biggest in-race edge, almost 2 lengths over everybody else on late speed. The 8-horse is your sim favorite. Speed has really been tough to beat in the first 2 races. I don't know if that'll prove to be the way the card plays out all day. I'm going to go with Nay, dude as my top choice. Top last race speed figure, top total pace, 5 points better than 5 ways better in the last race. So a lot of improvement. Tuskegee Airman, the 4-horse, highly consistent performer, should be coming at the end. Does have a really strong 9-point, almost 2-length late speed edge. The 1-horse, Final Shot, simulation favorite. If it gets out on the lead by itself, it'll live up to that simulation status. Number 2, Smooth B, third start after layoff, could be your pace setter versus everybody else except the 1 that wants to be mid-back. And getting to the front, man, it's been the way to the winner's circle in the opening 2 races there. So let's look at that Mahoning Valley race real quick for Luis. As the race is coming down to the stretch, right now, he said that 1-horse was going to be your winner. It's a runaway, Secretariat-style winner, 1 to 2, but the 3-horse coming in second. Luis, you really impacted those odds on that 1-horse right there for sure. Jose, the winner at the first race at Parx today was the 7-horse. Excuse me, the 6-horse. That's the wrong track. I was looking at the Mahoning Valley. Race 1, it went to 7, then to 2. Race number 2 at Parx, the 4-horse, I think, went around the track on the front right there, right? The 3rd in Mahoning, they haven't run there yet, Mahoning right now. So who won the first race at Parx? The 7-horse won the first race at Parx, and the 4-horse, I believe, just won race number 2. Molly won a cracker, yet went 4-2-1 for race number 2 at Parx. 1 race for you and I to go to finish out the Parx card today. Again, hit the like button over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet in a little bit. We will have some free picks available for you today at Zia Park I think it's in New Mexico. I've never been there, but Terry has. He's been to every track on the planet. Maybe that's something we can do later on. There's a link in the description on YouTube. Use that. Just a little bit over on horseracingtoday.net. I will post my picks along with the race replay. It'll be right there in the middle of the screen. Remember, horseracingtoday.net. Right there, you click on that. It'll take you to all of the information as well as a link on how to use the Smart Sheets. That's right there. Today's Smart Sheets, if you like what we did here today, there's a tip jar. You can support us right there as well. Get me a little bit of Mountain Dew diets. I'd appreciate that. Or an Alani. I like that too. A Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There's the link there to get over there and get that free picks for today and every day. The finale for today for us at Parx before we do Aqueduct tomorrow. And Gulfstream on Thursday, Hong Kong on Friday. Follow us on all of our social sites if you haven't, so that you can take advantage of that. Yes, the one horse. You got that one, big one. Who won the second race at Parx? The 4 horse won the second race at Parx. 7 furlonger for the last race at Parx. That's going to favor horses, again, with some early speed, almost 40% win with the lead. The inside horses better than the outside horses once again. So in race number 10, a Buffalo Girl, Shock, could shake free in the, that's a lot of horses to pass. But you do have that entire backstretch to get by there. So the 13 is going to have to get by, get down if it wants to take advantage of that. Does look like there's plenty of pace to the inside that he's going to have to work his way around. Couple of yes horses there. 1, 2. You got the 3 horse. You got the 5 horse. There were some scratches here too in this last race. So let me see who scratched out before we go about talking anymore. You have the 13 and the 14 not in this race. So that the 13 shook. Oh, that's a late scratch there, huh? So he's not going to be out on the pace. So we'll take him out. So the 7 and the 11 could be out there. As far as any other big numbers are concerned, a pretty balanced race between horses that want to be out front, horses that want to be on the lead, although really stacked as far as closers are concerned. This 3 horse scares the daylights out of me, Rena Mare, because it is a lone PC along with the P horse in there, 13s and the 1. So the 1, 3, and 7 being squeezed in between the runners, the front runners, and the closers. They can get great trips. The 3 horse does look like the PC, the C-zone. The way we measure how likely today's horses are going to match their best performances, the 3 horse, Rena Mare, excellent chance today to really like the way this horse race shapes up. The next closest are the 7 and the 2, Mikey Song, as well as Fashionista, 2 closers. The only class dropper here is the 5, Starship Legend. The 3 horse should get a great trip, has a great jockey trainer combination. 12 horses, your simulation favorite. It's also your 5-point top total pace. I see that a lot end up in the winner's circle. So in the finale for me, I think the 3 horse, Rena Mare. Strong C-zone, strong jockey trainer combination in a wide open race. You got Michael Sanchez teaming up with Michael Pino. Together they win at 38%. Third start after a layoff. Horse will be flying. If it gets off to a good start, could be very difficult to haul off. Laugh Like Lucy, faster by more than 4 seconds in its last race. That's a hell of a lot of improvement. Winner 2 of 3 at the distance. He's raced at other distances 10 times and won exactly 0. A horse for the 7 furlong course. Eloper, the 12. That one is your top total pace by 5 points, meaning if the early pace and the pace link up, that one could win by a length, and that would be a lot in a race where a lot of horses can win. And then finally, Miss Raucous, Signs of Life from our good friend Thomas, who again I'll be doing Ford and Friday with. That's his angle. Much better late pace, catching a little bit more distance with that second wind could be an improvement today. I'm going to go a $5 exact key box 3 with the 1, 4, and 12 to spend the rest of my Benny and the bets. Who won the second race at Parx? The 4 horse. The 7 won the first race, yes, at Parx, Mahoning Valley. Third race, the 7. Boom, 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 boom. A bomb pick for Luis Cano. And then over there, need race 4 to go through right there. Did you all race number 3 or something along those lines, Don? Let us know. That's it for my picks today. Let's take a look at the full card right there. In race number 1, the 7 horse won. Race number 2, the 4 horse won. I guess that means in race number 3, it's going to go back to the 7, then the 5. It's going to go down that order all day, huh? Then the 5, then the 6, then the 1. If it goes in that order, we'll be pretty happy. Race 3, I do have a $5 exact key box. That's 6 horse right now in race number 3. That 6 horse is 8-1. That's that first time starter with that back bullet. So if we can hit that exact key box, should pay for the day. Race number 4, another pick 4, 1, 2, 5, and 9. Good luck, Don Johnson, in that one. Race number 5, in the spirit of Terry, I'm going to do $22 to win on the 7. As a best bet, $1 exact the key box, 7 with the 5, 2, and 8, just in case. Race 6, 3, 8, 6, and 5, no bets though. Race 7, the last of the pick 4s. Race 8, no bets. Race 9, no bets. Race 10, no bets. Again, if you haven't done so, you see streaming down there below all of our social sites. If you're watching on YouTube, again, the goal today, 30 likes. If you're watching on X, 30 likes, 30 retweets. Help us get that done because I can't do that all by myself. Thank you for your time today. How about we do this again tomorrow? We will do this again tomorrow, except Terry will join us tomorrow. So I won't be so dry and talk so much. I probably won't say a word to anybody around me for the rest of the day. I used up my word allotment for this terrific Terry Tuesday. All right, folks. So that wraps it up. No matter what you're doing for the rest of this day, we certainly hope that, I hope, and I know Terry does as well, even in his absence, that your endeavors for this terrific Terry Tuesday, whether you're flying alone or you have your partner with you, we certainly hope that it's filled with God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing that you do ends up in the winner's circle. Blessed, terrific Tuesday. I'm honored, as pointed out. See you there.